Join DraftKings along with VSiN, Dan Lebitard, and friends from Meadowlark Media as we reveal the betting lines live as the matchups unfold.
Join us Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for Line Drop, the bracket.
It is a one-man band on our hockey panel today. RotoWire's Paul Bruno here for NHL opening Faceoff. So, Paul, 4-game NHL slate tonight. Who is your favorite DFS play at center? By far the most expensive guy going to be Sidney Crosby at $7,500.
Well, because AJ's not here, I'm going to go and talk about Sidney Crosby for a little bit, Jesse, and say he's coming in at $7,500, like you said. I don't like the way Vegas is playing of late. They lost in Buffalo yesterday and didn't look good doing it. And Penguins have only been marginally better, but there's a big advantage at center ice with this matchup in favor of Sid and Evgeny Malkin, for that matter. But so I'm going to go on his price tag and say that's going to be a cornerstone of my team for sure. And I alternatively will consider Mark Scheifele. He's been playing very well of late. Scoring has been back to normal ranges that we've talked about for him in the last few years. Gets a good matchup against the Islanders. This is not your Islanders from the last couple of seasons. Their play has fallen off a little bit, and they're missing Matthew Barzal at center ice. So I think he gets the edge in terms of the quality of opponents that he's going to be facing. Also augments his value, a great price tag, $5,900. And finally, JT Miller. This guy's playing all world caliber hockey right now. 21 points in his last 10 games and averaging 17.7 DraftKings points per night. And you get him for $6,800 in the middle of the other two guys. So there's no bad alternative here. I think I like JT Miller the best of all.
What about the dude that you need on the wing? If you're going to play Crosby, you could pair him with Brian Rust for $7,200.
You certainly could, but I won't. That's enough Pittsburgh talk for me today. I'll say that. Carrillo Caprisov is the guy that jumps off the page for me. $7,700 his price tag. He's been lighting it up against everybody. The quality of opponent is not a top-end one in Columbus, so I like the mismatch against for the hot shooter tonight and think he's going to pile on in that situation. I also like Kyle Connor. Again, going back to Winnipeg, that's the stack that I'm looking at today, Jesse. And Kyle Connor is a guy that's been shooting the lights out. 7 goals and 12 points. He's one of the top goal scorers in the league that nobody's talking about and pouring a ton of shots on goal, 41 in the last 10 games, for example. And then Jonathan Marchessault, I talked about the Vegas situation. The one benefit for him is that he's playing top-line minutes with their two other best forwards, and at $5,400, that's a great value for a guy who is a sidekick that's getting a lot of points lately.
All right, hit me with your favorite DFS play on the blue line, Paul.
Well, if you're going to pay up, I'll give you 2 guys that are not at the top end of the board, but they're performing very well. Consider Noah Dobson of the Islanders. It's a bit of a contrarian play because I've been on the Jets a lot in what I've been talking so far, but how can you ignore a guy who's got 9 points from the blue line, 29 shots on goal, averaging 12.5 DK points per game in his last 10, and he's not a guy on the tip of anybody's tongue when you talk about high-scoring defenseman. He should be. And then Quinn Hughes is one of those top-end scoring defensemen. He's cheaper, though, tonight, $5,500 because of the tough matchup against Washington. But look at what he's done all season long, 45 points in 54 games. That speaks for itself to tell you that this is a good value play tonight.
All right, let's wrap things up with your favorite NHL bet on the DK Sportsbook tonight. Where are you going for this one, Paul?
I've got 2 of them in mind. I'm looking at Pittsburgh. They should be all over Vegas tonight with home ice advantage. And so I'll give up the goal and a half to get the plus 155 on the puck line and feel good about that. And, of course, whenever I get to this question, I like to go to the alternate total goals bet, taking the over of 7.5 for a 215 payoff in the Minnesota-Columbus game. I think defense will be a rumor in that one tonight.